let's take a look at Dan's new merge collectors. Now, considering that the merge collectors were the failure point on Dan's old headers, we decided to do a pretty massive upgrade on the collectors on the new headers. And what we have are a pair of billet collectors from my friends at ElmerRacing. So if you guys are not familiar with ElmerRacing, they are certainly worth checking out. They have been my billet collector supplier for probably going on 10 years at this point in time. And they're awesome to work with. They are very receptive and accommodating to any changes that you want to make or new collector designs. And they have a massive catalog of different collector options. So what we chose for Dan's are just some fairly simple 4-into-1 collectors. These are all billet 304 stainless construction. And you can see they have a good wall thickness to them. The inside of them is absolutely beautiful. Come up to a very nice point. All the merge angles and everything are good to go. And they have receivers on the actual inlet sides. So you can sink your tubing, in this case, down the entire way into these and have this whole depth dimension right here worth of retention for the tube entering into the collector. So the thought process behind these is, well, if the old collectors failed kind of on those internal weld joints, well, they can't fail, or welds can't fail, if there are none there. So a billet piece is going to inevitably be stronger than a fabricated piece in this regard and in this application. And the funny thing is, the price difference between new fabricated 321 stainless slip collectors, or single slip collectors, I should say, to these ElmerRacing billet collectors was only a matter of a couple of dollars per each collector. So it really didn't make sense to go back to a fabricated collector, since Dan kind of found the limit of those with his car before. Another big benefit of these collectors is their overall size, and they are much smaller than the old collector. So factoring in the dual slip cups here, as that is part of the collector, you can see that even if the old collector was sunk the entire way down into those cups, there is still quite a height difference between the two. And with what I'm planning on doing with these new headers, any bit of additional length that I can gain, or length that can be subtracted from a part like that, is going to be very crucial and very beneficial.